Dragon Ball Super Fusion World has just released FB03 sets with a new color black. Is the gimmick good or is it bad? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mobby. Today we're going to be talking about my Son Goku GT deck profile. We'll talk about every single card from lowest to highest, how the deck plays, and so on. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll be uploading daily duels and deck profiles. Okay, so with that being said, what is this deck about? And overall, do I think it's good before going in? This deck seems very strong, and you don't even need a lot of high cost cards to make it very competitive. So how this works is it works with all just energy markers. So you want to use energy markers for effects, you want to gain energy markers so you have persistent effects. It's pretty interesting. So let's start with the leader and we'll go from there. So it's the Son Goku GT from FB03, 15,000 mono black leader. When attacking, draw, then you summon, you awaken at 4, then boom, all of a sudden Super Saiyan 4 Goku, 20,000, same thing, Saiyan. So when attacking, you draw a card. Then you activate main once per turn using one of your mana or energy. Up to one of your battle cards gets 10,000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this is really good for going on the offensive and keeping them alive for your next turn. However, if you remove an energy marker for this, it gets 15,000 total instead. So you can already see how this deck can go crazy. Alright, so I'll put this to the side right here. So the first card I want to talk about is Hercule GT. So a lot of the cards in this deck is going to have GT in it. Some of them will be relevant in searchers and some will not. So this is a rare card, 1/5/10, so pretty good stats for a support card. On play, if you have an energy marker, which obviously you get one from going second in the game, but there's a lot of ways to actually get new energy markers, and there's a good amount here. Add up to one non-Hercule GT with a cost of 1 or less from your drop to your hand. So this is going to be a really good card in general, because it allows you to get any one cost card. It can be a battle card, it can be an extra card. From your drop to your hand, it's on play and you get 10,000. So it's really, really good. So this is amazing. We're running 3 of these Hercules. The next one we're going to be running is Bulma GT. 1/5/10, another great support. However, this is a persistent support, whereas Hercule is a quick on play. This one is every turn if you can muster up the energy. Activate main once per turn, you rest 3, so it's kind of expensive to do. However, you get to draw a card, which is always great. Then, if you don't have an energy marker, you place an energy marker. So basically, you're spending 3 initially, but then you're gonna be spending 2. This is obviously after the turn that she's played, so you have a fresh board. So this is one of the ways where you get persistent energy. This is also really good and sticky on the board because your opponent can't attack into it. It's not resting itself. So they have to remove it with some sort of effects. Otherwise, you're going to get some nice energy markers every single turn. And if you need to, dang, counter out, right? So that's pretty good. Next, we have Son Goku GT, another 1 cost card. This is a rare 1/15/5, so it can attack regular leaders. However, permanent on your turn. If you have an energy marker, this gains 5,000, which is good against attacking most awakened leaders. So running 4 of these. So every single 1 cost, you just remember, Hercule can revive it from the graveyard. Next is going to be Pan GT. This is a common card, but a really good effect. So 1/5/5. On play, look at the top 5 cards, and you get one of 2 different types of cards. Son Goku GTs or a Trunks GT. So for example, this one you could get. There's other ones you're going to be getting too. Then you place the rest at the bottom of your owner's deck in random order. So what you can do is you can have Pan GT on the field for turn 2. You can go ahead and, if you're able to, I say turn 2. I say like when you're able to get her out later and you can buff her up. You buff her up and then you get Mr. Satan here to grab any of your on plays so you can keep searching and searching. So that's one way to use Pan. 2, 3. So running a bunch of these pans. We're supposed to be running 4 pans. Did I move her? Yeah. 4 pans. Moved it out of the ordering there. So here's a card that works really well with this deck. I think if you're not running a full-on energy marker deck, you might not want this Kakarot in here. But basically, it's a 1/2 power level, 5,000 on play. Place 1 card from your hand on top or bottom So you're not sifting, you're just totally getting rid of it. Then if you don't have an energy marker, you place one. So this is one where it lets you place one, but it has no other extra cost. So if you need an energy marker and you're in a bind and you just don't have the resources for your Bulma, etc., this is another way of getting an energy marker. And yeah, you lose a card. But if you want, you put it on top if you want it back later, or put it on the bottom, etc. But yeah, this is one way to get an energy marker, a really consistent way of getting an energy marker. So we're running 4 of these. Next up, we have 10 times Kamehameha. So you activate during your main, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 2 and remove it. However, the secondary effect, it's very strong because there's only 1 cost here. If you removed an energy marker to use this card, choose 2 battle cards that cost 3 or less and KO them. Oh my god. You killing 2, 3 costs or less for 1, and all you have to do is have an energy marker. That's freaking good, man. That is really good. Running 2 of these as tech choices. Next up, we'll move on to our 2 cost cards. This one is Oob, GT Oob. So 2, 15, 10 on play. If you remove an energy marker to play this, you draw 2 and trash 1. So that's very strong to do this. Your first turn play could be Kakarot, and then you can jump into Oob and get some good value for your energy marker. Or if you honestly just go seconds, because you always want to go second in this game if you are using this specific card and this specific leader. So yeah, you get card value, decent attack, and really good counter effect. Next is Trunks GT, another one of the cards that can be searched out by Pan. Another Saiyan Earthling. This is a promo card. 2, 15, 10 innate blocker, permanent opponent's turn. If you have an energy, this card gets 10,000, 25 on your opponent's turn if you have a marker. So you can already see here there are some cards that you want to use a marker to use, and some cards where you just want to have a marker and then you pass on to your opponent's turn. So there's different play styles here, and I assume as more black cards come out, there's going to be more with opponent's turn or your turn, so you can maybe fill a whole deck with one of the other 2 and then play it that way. Next up, we have Pan GT. It's a 2 cost. So 220, which is good power, and then 5. On play, you can self-awaken, which is amazing. Always want that. When attacking, you use 1 and you draw. It's really good. Look at that. When attacking, 1 to draw a card. So if you have 3, you can any card draw in this game is just like top. So good. Then, if you used an energy marker to use the skill, choose up to one of your opponent's 4 costs or lower battle cards and return it to the hand. So it's removal too. It's not complete like bottom deck or trashing removal, but it's still something they have to play again. So this is a great card. I can't believe the value in this card. It's so good. You run 4 of these, absolutely. God dang. Even if you're not using an energy marker deck, this might be good because you can draw 1 card every single turn if your opponent doesn't mess with his pan. Next up, we have the Goku GT, another searchable from Pan. 3, 25, 5, so one of your basic attacking cards of the deck. On play, self-awaken 1. Then, if you don't have an energy marker, place an energy marker. So another one that plays and they can go crazy ham. So if you're awakened later and then you play this, you can use your leader to buff him up by 5, 10 more. So he'll be 40k for 1 attack, and then he'll stick to be 40k until your opponent's next turn. So good. So freaking good. We're running a couple of these. We should be running 4. Yeah, running 4 of these. Okay. Next up, it's going to be another tech choice under Son Gohan, GT, Saiyan Earthling, Rare. So 3, 20, 10. On play, if you have an energy marker, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 3 or less and KO it. So we have a couple of removal cards already. So it's a mix between attacking and a little bit of removal. All of it requires energy marker or an energy marker to be expended. So really cool. We're running 2 of these. Next up for your late game cards, this is a secret rare Son Goku GT. This card is really good. This card is amazing. I've used it in a couple of battles and it just provided so much value. So this is another searchable by Pan, 430. When attacking, once per turn, if you don't have an energy marker, you place one. So you can use the energy marker. You already have to play this guy. You can use it to do something else. Just make sure you use it before you even attack, so you get the benefit. Then at the end of your turn, if your energy marker is removed from the game, draw 1 card. So this is really good if you can get multiple out because you just draw more stuff. So really good. The only bad thing about it is 0 counter, but obviously it's just so good. Okay, then next up we have a promo Son Goku GT, another searchable by Pan, 430. So it's the same stat line, except this one has a counter, this one does not. This card gets 5,000 for the turn. so 35. Then if you don't have an energy marker, you place one. So there's a lot of ways to get energy. So there you go. And then finally we have Bola GT Super Kaka combo. When you use this card in combo, 10,000, etc. So this is searchable by a card I'm not using in this current deck, but that's because there's just so many other cards I would rather use. But this one is searchable by another one. I think it's called the Ship of Hope. You can get a GT character. I don't remember if that GT character, if that card was like a limit, like a 4 cost or lower. But I think Bola can actually be, you know, grabbed from there. So let's quickly look at the stuff here. So okay, these give you energy markers, energy effect, energy markers, energy effect, energy effect, energy effect, energy effect, gives you energy. And then this one is say searcher, so it's just over here. This one is energy effect, gives you energy, and another tech choice here. So almost every single card, I think the weakness of this deck is there's actually no sort of little searcher cards, right? Let me just do this. Boom. There's no little searcher cards. I mean, normal vanillas, like, a good stat line of 2, 20, 10, everything has an effect, so there's going to be a little bit of balance here and there with the amount of damage you do and damage you can take. But because this leader actually gives one of your cards 10,000 or 15,000, it's okay to have some sort of weaker cards with just good effects, because most likely you're going to be able to keep them alive, and there's always a reason for you to be able to use your energy marker, whether it's going to be for your awakening or just being persistent on the board for other things. So as opposed to the other Bardock deck that we played, which is all about comboing, and that deck is so good, I think this one is pretty well balanced as well. We're gonna do more duels, and I'll come back at you with my final thoughts. Maybe we'll do some tweaks here and there, but that is the deck. There's a lot of good stuff here. So let me know what you guys think of the Son Goku GT new leader, black leader that uses a lot of energy marker synergy. Is it good? Is it bad? Will you be playing it? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.